Alright guys, today I'm going to work on a ratchet. I've got some pliers soaking, so I want to... This style of ratchet right here is probably one of the easiest ones to work on. To take apart, clean. It's stiff. It's either broke. This one's either broken. Okay, there it switches over there. This one might be broke. It won't turn that direction for some reason. Anyways, let's take it apart. What I was saying, this style, pear-shaped, is probably the easiest one to work on. To take apart and clean. If you find this style, you'll find a lot of old protos like this. This is Fleet. I can't remember who made Fleet. It might have been Proto. I have to look it up. But if you want a good ratchet, cheap, you can buy these. They're like the old Craftsman style that you can buy these for $10 or less all day long. They're inexpensive and very, very, very easy to take apart and rebuild and repair. Take the screws out. That's it. See the little spring? There's two springs in here. Don't lose them. I've lost one. I showed a video a while back. Put your finger over one side, grab one spring, pull the spring out. Here. See it? Best thing to do is put your finger over one side. Take it out. Yeah, it's just stuck old grease on there. Grab hold of that little spring. Don't let it shoot out at you. Like that. Oh, man, these stuck in there dirty. That's it. What you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pieces. And this one was just dirty. That's the reason it didn't work. It's just... Now, you can pop this off right here. Tap this from this side. Some models, you can grind the end off of there and pop this loose, but you do not need to take the selector switch off. There's no need in it. That is it. This is a very, very, very simple... It's just so simple, it's pathetic. Man, look at all the grime and dirt in there. So whoever used this didn't abuse it or beat it, but it looks like they left it in the dirt. Yeah, nasty dirty. But that's all right. That's why I bought it for $1. I knew when I picked it up, I knew that I could take it apart and clean it, and I was pretty sure it was dirty. It could have been one of these was broken, but I didn't think it was. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the way to go. If you want to get into or buy some good old ratchets, something that's usable and they'll last you the rest of your life, something right here. This is the easiest style to clean and take apart. Man, that's crusty dirty in there. That's not grease, that's mud. How the heck is... I'll bet you somebody's son or daughter for that matter took this outside and worked on a bicycle and left it sitting in the yard. I've done that. I have definitely done that. My dad come back behind me and slap me on the back of the head, keep on walking, mumble under his breath, dumbass. And then I had to go back and figure out what I did wrong. And usually I did. Well, no, not usually. It was. Oh yeah, man. I thought that was grease, but that's dirt. Mud. The heck? Yeah, this thing was buried. Oh, before I go any further, let me put the springs on a magnet so I don't lose them. I got a little plate off to the side here that I stick them in just in case. Really haven't seen one this bad in a while. I really need to get my parts washer back together and bring it back in the shop. Look at there. Doesn't take much to clean it up. Run that over the wire wheel. Like I said, if you find a pear shape, Proto, Fleet, I believe that's what this is. I think it's a Fleet. Yeah, it's marked Fleet. I see it now. Pretty sure it's Fleet. Anyways, buy it for, if it's less than 10 bucks, it's worth buying. These things are very, very durable. They're well built. It's hard to break a teeth on one of these. And I guess it's possible, but you're using a breaker bar on something you probably shouldn't. That's usually what happens. You're breaking a 3/8 ratchet. Most men cannot put enough torque on a 3/8 ratchet to break it. Very, very, very few individuals out there have that kind of, I know some of you guys think you're strong, but you're not. You're putting a 3-foot cheater bar on there and you're breaking the ratchet. That's how you're doing it. These things are built, designed, to take a lot of abuse. Let's see the teeth on this. See if you can see anywhere. Tell you the truth. I see a little bit. But I mean, that's just almost not. You can see right there. See how that tooth right there has a little bow to it. Just a little. You look real close, you can see wear marks. Okay, well, we're here. Look at that one. You can see it has a gouge. But that won't hurt the function. See how that fits? I guarantee you, Once it's all the dirt's cleaned and everything's flowing smoothly, this will set so well in there you don't have to worry about it. Okay, let's go to the wire wheel. All right, hit it on the fiber wheel, wire wheel, fiber wheel, cleaned all the rust off. Same with this, I did the wire wheel on this. I didn't use the fiber wheel, I'm just gonna give it a light polish and then go from there. All right, let's just clean the polishing compound off. And then put it back together. So this is not a high dollar. It's not super expensive, but it is a good used tool. It's something that if you needed a tool, it's good to have. If they would have cleaned this thing up, I don't think the gear would have had that much damage. Believe it or not, the dirt will cause damage in there. It'll cause rocks and pivots and stuff to get into the pivot. See, I cleaned these up, cleaned that up. So let's get this thing together. All right. It doesn't matter which way, it can go either way. So what I'm going to do little grease. Anything metal to metal contact, I put a little grease on it. Put a little grease on the gear. Let's see. And you can use oil, and I've said this before, if you guys are just starting out and all you got some 530 oil in you, just put a little oil in there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. There's guys out there that say you have to use a certain thing. You don't have to. And I've said this before, it's not like this thing's running at 3,400 RPM. This grease is way overboard for this, because this is grease that I use on pump motors and stuff at work, and it's Mobile 1. Real easy. All you take, when you put one of these together, just drop these in. Just like that. I mean, that's what works. The spring pushes it one way or another. The lever that's on here will slide it over left or right. Real simple design. I mean, don't try to clean your springs unless you're confident about what you're doing. If you're like me, you will lose a spring. And I'll take a little brush just to see if there's a little bit of dirt on there. And normally, a little grease on any metal to metal contacts, and you don't have to have much, just a little bit. My heater's kicking on. It's 52 degrees outside, and I don't like cold weather. I am a wuss when it comes to cold weather. Tried dying in the cold one time, that sucks. I'm just pushing the big part of the spring against the housing, the little part of the spring against the pawl. Just like that. Spring there, pawl. Big part of the spring goes against the housing. Big part of the spring goes against the housing. The little part of the spring, here, we'll just pull it out and show you. Maybe I can get closer. We don't lose a spring. See? And then just, I can't do it with the pair of pliers. I can actually do it better with my fingernails and a small tiny screwdriver. Just push it in place. Just like that. Very simple. I cannot describe how easy that is. See it come up. See how I lifted it up and come apart? Look at that. You can see the working. Look, very simple. I wanted to show you, and I screwed up, wasn't thinking what I did. Now take it all apart and show you again. Come on, get in there. Paul goes there. Paul goes right there. I hope you guys can see it. Maybe if I turn it around, you can see maybe a little better that way. I mean, these are the most simple things to take apart, put back together. If you find these are, a lot of old timers call these pear shape design, which that's fine. I don't care what they call it, but it works. I have lost one. It's still somewhere on the floor. I haven't let my wife vacuum my floor in a while, so it's been about 3 weeks I lost one of these. Oops. Luckily I had another model that had a little bigger spring and it works. Now, I pushed that spring down, I got it crooked. There it goes. Put this in the center. There you go. Now I got to grab the bottom of it so it doesn't fall out on me. There. Left, right, left, right. Oh, it popped up on me. I didn't need to put the screws in there. Quit playing. Come on. Okay, what have I done wrong here? Oh, that spring shot out. You see that? Put this back in here so I don't lose that spring. I don't know what I'm doing. What have I done here that I screwed up on? Get back in there. Really is easy. I think I'm doing something wrong to make it hard is what I'm doing. Oh, my eyeball itches. Just push the spring down, get underneath the paw. Well, come here. Now I'm having difficulty. I should have left it alone. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. So usually you set this right in the center, like so. You push the spring over, left or right. I am definitely there. Tight, push down, left, right. There we go. There we go. Okay, why on the one side it works? Oh shoot, it works good. Is something broke? Hang on. Let me put the screws in. I can't, get down there. Can't hold it all together and work the selector switch. Oh, I didn't realize. I may not have had you guys in the camera. Sorry. Yeah, there it goes. That's what it is. Oh man, that's sweet. Very little grease in it. Though I forgot to grease this top plate up here. I'm taking it apart again. It's no big deal. Though you think I'm having difficulties, I'm making it hard on myself. I have this problem of focusing on one thing, and I forget there's other options and other ways of doing things. See, that's dry. So I'm gonna put a little more grease. Any metal to metal contact, I put a little dab. I use a paintbrush. It works for me. You guys can use whatever you want. You can squirt oil in there. It's your tool. Your tools, your rules. Do it your way. I'm gonna put a little grease on the springs. That's it. Little grease on the backside here. I mean, that is little amount of grease. And I can't remember the viewer, but he did say, he gave a good point that I don't say. If you pack this full of grease, if you drop this in the sand, like if you live south part of our county, it's real sandy soil, and it's fine sand. You get that sand in here, it'll pack it in. If you don't have room for that grease to float around, move a little bit, you get a lot of dirt in here, and on top of that grease, because grease will stick to it. I mean, yeah, oil will do the same thing, but grease is worse. But anyways, just slide this little booger around like this. Man, these are simple. These are as easy, or no, actually, I believe these are easier than rebuilding the Craftsman series, the V series. These are literally the easiest ratchets to rebuild. I should have put a little Loctite on the screws, right on the tip. Yeah, it'll be all right. See, I got a little carburetor cleaner still there. Wipe a little bit of the excess grease off. Flip left, right, left, right, left, right. Flip this side. Not a bad little wrench. I mean, these are so simple to take apart. They're worth the money. If you can buy these pear-shaped style for 10 bucks or less, it's kind of like the Craftsman series, V series. You can find them for 10 bucks, buy them. I mean, they're not going to hurt anything if you have an extra 2 or 3 in your toolbox. I mean, you can do like my buddy, it's a farmer. He carries one, and he keeps it in his pocket of his pickup truck because he knows the cows are going to push the gate off to one side, and once a week in the cow lot he has to fix the gate. He doesn't have to fix it, he has to adjust it back in place, and he keeps a socket on the end of it. It's 9/16, 5/8, whatever it is, but that's what he uses. He just grabs it out of the pocket of the truck, goes over there, adjusts the hinge, because they push the whole hinge assembly off to one side, and he just uses the ratchet, take it loose, adjust it back, and he's on his way. He told me he does that about once a week. So, you know, just a spare ratchet. What do you think? It is a fleet, and it does say 1261. Hang on, let me go look in the mirror, in the magnifying. Okay, it does say, I hope you can see it, 1261, manufacturer 1261 USA fleet. And these are so simple. Proto, there are several manufacturers that made this style. It's simple, it's easy to use, and that's the reason that they sold millions and millions of units like these. This one was used. It wasn't beat on, not bad. You can see it looked like it didn't sit in a toolbox. If it did, it sat face up in the toolbox. Usually they're rubbed like this and have marks on the side. This one doesn't have that. I mean, there you go. I got $1, $2, something like that. I may even have 50 cents in this thing. I know I don't have much into this because it was in that pile I bought a couple months ago. But doesn't matter. Less than 10 bucks. If you go try to buy a 3/8 ratchet right now, cheap one, 22 bucks. So, and it is not near the quality build that you're getting here. I mean, yes, the gears on this one is worn, but that being said, it'll probably last my lifetime and probably my daughter's. Now, that being said, if you're an everyday user or something like this, okay, you're going to get 2 years probably out of it. You know, a frontline mechanic that uses something like this, that I can see that where you're going to get use. But then again, pay $2 for something like this. You pay $89 for one off the tool truck, cheap one. I think I would go with this myself. And I do know one of the viewers told me that he bought, when he was a mechanic, he was buying used and secondhand, and he was better off than the guys that were spending, you know, making $300 and $400 or $500 payments a week on their tools. So I don't know, tools for me, ladies and gentlemen, make me money or save me money. It's, you know, that's it. I have to have tools for a living, but I have a wide range of tools. My title is maintenance, and I was hired for construction way back in the day, and I work on everything from oxygen ports, hospital beds, x-ray equipment, steel stud, fire rated walls, flooring, doors, hardware. There's nothing that is not under my scope of responsibility. If it's in the building, including the roof to the concrete, it's my scope of responsibility. So, that being said, that's why I have tools, and I have a lot of different tools. I have everything from a 4-inch, 2-inch mud knife, all the way up to a 24-inch blade knife. Same way with ratchets. I have 1/4-inch all the way to 3/4 at work. If you ever tore a boiler down, you'll understand. Those of you that have, and when I say boiler, our biggest boiler is probably the size, is probably 24 foot long, 8 foot in diameter. That's a big hot water tank, guys. Anyways, I have to have tools to make a living. Even my projects, my hobbies, which I work too much anymore. I don't have this. I have 1 day a week that I make videos. I don't have much of a hobby anymore. I just work all the time. But I get to eat T-bone and ribeye at least once a week because I get to work. And that's why I work, to live a comfortable life. So, ladies and gentlemen, give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you think. Would you have given $2? I'm serious. I got between 50 cents and $2 in this. So, and if you find one this shape, the pear shape, buy it. Under $10, it's worth the money. They're so easy to repair. They still make parts for these. You can buy a whole kit for less than $13, and you can have a very, very good wrench. If you were to buy a kit and replace everything internal, then the housing never wears. So you'd have a brand new wrench. So, I should have shut up. Anyways, guys, thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you think. You know, if you like my video, you like it. If you don't, well, thanks for watching anyways. And, oh, God, I gotta give a shout out to a young lady. She told me she watched the videos. There's a young lady, she's in her 20s, just starting out as an electrician, and she really enjoyed the Klein's videos. So I got her looking now at the pawn shops and stuff for tools, and yeah, save a lot of money looking for used tools. Anyways, y'all have a good day.